Hey. Hello. How you doing? Good. Andy's here.
Oh, okay.
To welcome you all to the September 11th meeting, 2025, for the Board of Zoning Appeals. I'd like to go ahead and call the meeting to order, and if we can get a roll call, please.
Chairman McGonigal,
Here?
Andy Thomas,
Here.
Mendel Bell,
Here.
Joe Reeves, Cynthia Lover, Wyman Wise,
Here.
Melissa Wober.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Great, thank you, Ms. Smith. If we can take a look at we've got some minutes from the July 10th meeting. If somebody would like to take a minute to review, and if you can go ahead and give some motion to approve. Any changes?
Mr. Chairman, I had a chance to read, and I make a motion that we approve the minutes from July 10th, 2025 meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Do we have a second?
A second.
Thank you, Miss Melissa. And any discussions? Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Mr. Caldwell, any communication from the city?
Not from the city, but you have an email in your possession there pertaining to case BZA 2534.
Great, thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. If you can all rise, and if you plan on speaking today, let's get you sworn in now, otherwise we've got to stop the meeting. So if you can rise, we'll get you sworn in, so if you want to comment, you'll be prepared.
Do you solemnly state under penalty of perjury that the evidence you shall give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, you may have a seat.
Thank you. Okay, just wanted to let you know, we're typically a body of 7. We have 2 people, excuse me, we have 2 people that are not here tonight. So normally it'd be a body of 7, and you need a 4-3 vote. Due to the fact that we only have 5 parties up here, you will need a 3-2 vote for a majority. So it's not too awful. So, but if you do want to postpone your case because of those numbers, just let us know. We can do that. We're continue it. Great. Anything else? Looking good. All right, let's move on to new business. We got item number 1. We've got BZA 25-29, an application by Daniel Cullum for a variance to cut a tree exceeding 24 inches at 1005 Tarpon Pond Road. Is somebody here for that? Nobody here. Somebody prepared to make a motion to postpone that?
If I could, I did speak with the contractor, and he was planning on attending, maybe he's just running late.
Okay.
If you'd like to maybe just
Push them back to the end?
push it back to the back of the meeting.
Sounds good. All right. Move on to item number 2 on the agenda. We've got a BZA 25-30, an application by John Russo for a variance of a rear yard setback at 2200 via Palma Drive, zoned planned development district of PDD. Mr. Russo, or somebody from? Come on up to the microphone and introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm John Russo.
Tell us about, and if you can, throw your address in there, even though so we have it for the record, and then just tell us what you're looking to do.
Sure. So we have a hardship in that we live on a fairway on the golf course, on Greg Norman course, and we built the house approximately 3 years ago, knowing obviously we live on a golf course and we're going to get an occasional ball or two. The ball or two has turned into 3 or 4 a day, and my wife actually got hit by a ball. We have a grandchild coming. So we have a real hardship, a real safety concern, and we want to put this covered lanai over the space so that, mainly for protection. And the reason why we're here tonight requesting this variance is because the 10-foot setback essentially would put the lanai smack in the middle of the swimming pool. So physically, what we're looking to do is put that lanai inside the existing pool fenced area, which pushes it to approximately 3 feet from the property line itself. So that's why we're requesting this. But again, it's safety.
Look at, we've got some pictures. Really,
Sure.
you actually did a good job on the pictures. The fence, where's that in proximity to the property line?
The fence is approximately 2 feet from the property line.
And that's why you're going to come at 3 feet will be you.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think so. I think I tried to spell it out for you in the application, but certainly if you all have any other questions, we're here.
Any questions? Give us a second. We'll be right back to you. We're going to hear
Okay.
from the city, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Petitioner John Russo has submitted an application for a 10-foot variance of the required 10-foot rear yard setback at 2200 Via Palma Drive, Zone PDD Plan Development District. The Tuscan Sands neighborhood PDD amendment requires a minimum 10-foot rear yard setback for unheated pool enclosures. The applicant would like to have the pool enclosure built on the back of the house. The proposed pool enclosure would encroach 10 foot into the rear setback. Pool enclosures are also required to meet a 10-foot side yard setback. The applicant did not apply for a side yard setback variance, but there is plenty of room in the side yard available to provide the side yard setback needed. Staff recommends that the board review the variance application and attached plot plan, hear the evidence presented at the meeting, and review the ordinance provided.
Thank you, Ms. Caldwell.
You're welcome.
Any questions for the city? Nope. Is there anybody in the audience that wanted to speak on this matter? Yeah, come on up to the microphone, please. I'm assuming you guys are good neighbors because you're only one seat down?
Yeah, I am his neighbor. I'm William Carlock. I live right next to him, and he does get a lot of golf balls. And my mother-in-law got a near miss the other day as well, too. So it really is a safety issue with us, and we're trying to and make sure that we don't really hurt. I have grandchildren coming as well, so I think a lanai is needed for this. A fence wouldn't do it, a screen wouldn't do it. We need to encumber the space that we have, and I'll be coming up as well soon with my lanai. So I hope you kind of lean towards approving this matter because it really is a safety matter. Okay.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Any questions for the city, the applicant? Mr. Russo, if you come on up here, we got a couple questions, and if you can just sit right there in case we won't have to keep ruling you out of your seat. So, yeah. Hey, on the what kind of, when you say lanai, are we looking like there's enclosures, those typical enclosures you see that screened in and so forth?
Yeah, you see them all throughout, like Grand Dunes and all over Florida. And I have the contractor here that is going to install it. He actually is here. So if you have questions, but yes, it's screened and it's aluminum.
What color is it? Aluminum?
Well, it's black essentially. It's black screening, and which meets the approval of what the HOA recently approved, because they specifically spelled out what is allowed and what isn't allowed in those lanais, and this meets those specifications. Oh, thank you, thank you. May I?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
And just a quick question too I have.
If you hand it to her, right there, yep, that's okay.
If you put this structure up, how far will it be from your back fence?
It'll be between 6 inches and a foot. They have to pour a 12-inch footer so that that footer will abut the fence, and then that lanai will, be anchored to that footer.
Right.
And this is screen that is around it, so it's not, the golf balls aren't going to go through the screen.
Correct. They refer to it as, there's different grades of screen. They refer to it as a super screen, which is basically a heavy mesh screen that could withstand the weight of an occasional snowstorm or an occasional golf ball.
So my question
I
is
know.
to the city, actually. So he needs a variance because this is covered, right? Even though it's screened, it's considered covered, correct?
Yeah, we consider it a structure. So there's certain allowances within this neighborhood to allow unheated enclosures into the rear yard. Like the house has a setback of 20 feet. They're allowed to go to 10. And he's asking to go down to about 1,
Well, about 3.
3.
Yeah, because it's going to be inside the fence.
Okay.
So it'll be about 3. 2.5 to 3.
You're looking at, so where are we going to find the hardship? Are we using a safety?
Can't use safety. It's got to be
No, it's gotta
related
be
to the land.
related to the land.
Yeah, it's got to be related to the land, right, Mr. Nuri?
You're big's a lot.
Well, no, it's a PDD. So it's PDD, it would be a self-imposed hardship. Because it was zoned, the neighborhood was designed with those lots.
Being on the golf course.
Yeah, and the size.
That's why you got the reduced setback. Mr. Nori, Mr. Caldwell, what do you, and I'm, from my personal opinion, so we've got this body we've got to find a hardship, and it's to the land. This is kind of a different, because you're around the pool, it's a structure. It's not the same as adding, build on the house, but we do have to find a hardship. Any thoughts, Mr. Nori or Mr. Caldwell? Okay, thank you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I just speak?
Yeah, you
Suzanne
can.
Russo. I live there. This is a huge hardship because basically we can't even, when I got hit when I went in the backyard by the pool. My grandchild, my daughter and her husband are coming to live with us. And what do? I can't go out the back. It literally is a hardship. And I understand that, there's zoning and whatnot in place. But sometimes there are things like this, which is why there's an appeals board, so that you'll look at it differently and look at this case and understand how much of a safety hazard it is for us. And it wasn't like that at the beginning, but the landscaping or trees and shrubs, whatnot, that are to the right of us, down towards the tee box, have been thinned out extremely, not by new houses coming in, but that's why all of a sudden we're getting balls after balls. And it wasn't like that to begin with, because we understand we're on a golf course. It's just, it has changed.
Right. Give us a second, because we're going to hear from the city, and we appreciate that comments. We just want to see, we're trying to figure out a way that we can, because this is all, the decisions we make can up and in court. So we just got to make sure that I've got a little consistency with them, obviously.
Understood.
Thank you.
Thank you. Are we, just by being on the golf course, they're teeing off like that, I get that part, you know, and this isn't like you're adding on to the house. You got a pool enclosure. So it's really a challenging.
I feel like we have considered public walkways, ocean. We've made considerations for.
Well, that we have. So you got the golf course in your backyard, and if you were sitting out by the pool and you got to worry about somebody teeing off and hitting you, that is being unreasonable.
Refresh my memory on what you're referencing.
Safety. He was talking about the,
I don't, we didn't.
Beach access.
Yeah, we didn't come out, I don't think we said safety, but I mean, we've given, information for those. You know, recently, last couple months.
Not recently,
that would have been about a year ago.
maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been recent.
I believe it's.
I would say it's unique.
We had domino effect. I think we're gonna have a lot more of these coming before us.
Yeah, but it's unique because it's on the golf course, right? I mean, if the other one's here, you're not having, well, same deal though, right?
Yeah, not all the, just.
That's just one
kind of
run.
U
Yeah,
shape.
it's just one run.
So on the bottom of the U, you're gonna,
Yeah.
have a couple guys. Yes.
Yeah, come on.
So one of the things, excuse me, one of the things that is unique is where our house is in proximity to that tee box. So we are in that, you know,
You're in a driving range.
driving range zone. So if your home is, say, 3 or 4 homes down closer to the tee box or in front of the tee box, that risk is not there, right? If you're on the green, you know, you might be there too from your, you know, your range to the, you know, your fairway shot into the green, you might have it, but it is unique in respect to where it is on the course.
Mr. Caldwell, Mr. Farmer?
So, and so it's in their PDD that they have to have a minimum of a 10-foot. So it's in their PDD, right?
Right.
This would not be, I'm just saying in general, I mean, they've got a circumstances of throwing a golf course, right? But even still, with the pools that we have, these enclosures are not as intrusive as adding a building extended to the property line. I don't know if that's something we could take to staff and council, but they make a lot of sense.
I could do it, Jeff.
Yeah. Yes, sir, come on up. Introduce yourself, please.
My name's Ken Haynes. I'm with First Choice Enclosures. We build them. Prior to 2012, these were considered what's called a accessory structure, so they could go within 3 feet of the property line. The reason the state decided to change the classification was because they wanted them, accessory structures only had to withstand 85-mile-an-hour winds. They wanted them to withstand the hurricanes here. So that's why they were changed in 2012 from an accessory structure to an addition. So if that helps, they really are not an addition because it's screens. You have metal structure and screens. But in their case, you mentioned the super screens. They look just like regular screens, but you can literally drive a golf ball into it and it won't go through the screens. So, but that, I don't know if that helps your decision because today, 2012 is a long time ago. So that doesn't really affect what it is considered now. It is considered an addition. But prior to 2012, they were considered accessory structures, like a workshop or something like that. So I don't know if that changes anything.
Thank you.
Real quick too, I guess, just a quick question. If we did approve this or however it goes, putting this up doesn't obstruct the views of your neighbors or anything, right? Or anything like that, they can't, it's not gonna. So- Oh, okay.
What do y'all? Hardship, right? We got a golf course next to you. Got a golf course next to you, right next to the tee box. I mean, obviously that's safety, but it's still driven by the land, right? It's not like you got a neighbor behind you and you're worried about them teeing off to your house. I don't. Question once you open that up, right?
Would this be a special exception?
No.
No.
Any other questions? City or?
I think, I mean, I know we want to help them out. It's our goal, right? Try to figure it out. We also want to make sure that we're trying to abide by what we're tasked to. Hardship has to be related to land, topography, lot size, irregular shape, things like that. And then it can't be self-imposed. I mean, the T box was there when they bought the lot. It's not like, and we got to work through because it's unfortunate as much as we like for safety to be the hardship. It can't, by law, that can't be the hardship. So we're trying to figure that out.
To Mr. Bell's point, the hardships in the land. Topography, elevations, shape. So that's what we're trying to. How about, please come up to the microphone. Thank you.
Know my name. I'm John's neighbor, and just to add on what John said before, he's not just only in the zone, he's 220 yards off the tee. And the herd has been thinned. There have been new houses that were installed in front of him, so more trees are taken down. So yeah, he bought on a golf course, but he wasn't planning on all those trees to be taken down. That opened up Pandora's box. 220 yards, a ball coming off from a young 21-year-old kid can kill somebody. It would kill him. It just wouldn't hit him. It would kill him. 100%. And I hope you really consider this. And I know that you guys have laws, but really consider this. This is a safety issue. This is not just balls being hit off the side of a house and rattling around. This is safety. I'm getting balls hit in my yard as well. He's a little bit closer to that box by about 20 yards. He's in harm's way. Please help him out. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure somebody would have asked this by now, but was there a minimum lot size in the development?
Yeah.
What was it? You know?
I don't think I have that information in front of me. I can go and grab that. I know where it is in my office if you'd like.
You know,
Can we go grab it?
if it could be,
Yeah.
if it's relevant, it might be.
It's 5,000 square foot.
I calculate he's at 8276 square feet for the lot.
Any thoughts? Anybody prepared to make a motion?
Something that council could look at to review for the aspect of changing that. It seems like it'd be more of a council
Does.
for safety, because we can't rule on, as much as I want to rule on safety, I would love to recommend that council look at this. And because this is something that can be amended for the PDD, right? Because you guys live in a planned development district, right? Being in Barefoot. So maybe it would be in the interest to recommend this to city council to look at amending this structure, this type of structure, to be allowed to be covered over the pool. And so then that way we're not, it's just something that will be allowed to be done up to your, what the setback is.
I mean, there are other, I mean, throughout Barefoot, these exist everywhere. I mean, they're on the Love Course. There's another one in Tuscan Sands that was built years ago.
But is it outside the 10-foot setback?
I can't stand here and guarantee that it is or it isn't,
Right.
but 10-foot setback puts it in my pool. I mean, it's a hardship. I mean,
Yeah, well, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I mean,
We're trying to find a solution, so we're
I
trying to.
understand.
What the issue is that we don't have any standing to make, that's we're trying to figure, we're looking to try to figure out a way, because it makes sense to me.
It makes
But the
sense to have it done.
Everybody here, I think, I'm looking around, we all want to do it for you,
Yeah.
but we can't because we're doing it illegally.
No, I understand.
And, because right now, it's a structure is what it is, dictated by the city, and we're trying to figure out a solution. I'm not sure what the hardship is.
Yeah, you don't
for
have,
us.
it's, you don't have a smaller lot, right?
It's what, he was hoping your lot was.
Yeah, your lot's oversized for the PDD. So you got 8,000, suppose minimum's 5,000, you got 8,250 square foot. It's a square lot. It's not irregular shape, and you don't have any topography issues, right? So you don't have any easement issues that keep you from doing anything. So there's different things that, there are boxes that we can't check to say, okay, this is, or a reason to give you the setback, the variance for the setback. So what we're recommending is possibly asking the zoning department to talk to city council about making an amendment for these type of structures to allow the cover to be over the pool, because it makes sense on the golf course, right? And kind of go from there, rather than, because of, we're trying to find a solution for you. We're not trying to work against you.
I understand. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, we're just trying to check the boxes.
And Mr. Caldwell,
Yes.
do you think I mean, I've seen this and it makes so much more sense, and it's not it's a structure, but is it a
I mean,
permanent structure? It's more of a-
yeah, I mean, to me, it makes sense to be allowed on the golf course. I mean, it does. I mean,
It would
realistically.
make a bunch of sense. So
Yeah.
any suggestions on, versus we don't have standing to grant it, is there a way that we can see if council or staff or,
They themselves or their HOA could apply for an amendment to the Tuscan Sands amendment to the Barefoot PDD. They did it once. It went down from 20 to 10 foot for screen enclosures. Maybe there's some appetite when it is on a golf course.
that's a little exception. Leave it at 10. And if you're on a golf course, what is you have the luxury of the golf course behind you. But if you had a backyard, your backyard abutted another backyard, you're not putting these things next to each other. We're sort of encroaching upon each other. That's why you have setbacks. So, but I see this as,
Yeah, you don't have any safety issues as far as like somebody accessing the back of the property, things of that nature, yeah.
Well, so the HOA recently amended their ARC guidelines to allow these but only on the perimeter homes, which we're one of.
we'll need them, right? Yeah.
Right, so the HOA did this knowing that there's this safety issue, and knowing that myself and people like Bill and maybe some others are going to, do this, again, primarily driven from the hardship, I use that word, safety, right?
Right, yeah.
Which is so critically important. I mean, to my wife's point, how do we take a grandbaby out in the backyard? I mean, I kid you not, there's 3 or 4 balls in that pool every week.
Yeah, believe
I mean,
me.
we're not, trust me, when I say this, and I mean it with all sincerity, I don't want to spend 50 grand on a shed. That's what
Right.
it costs.
Yeah, I understand.
I wouldn't be up here
Yeah.
if it wasn't a real dire situation.
Do you think your Tuscan Sands HOA would be willing to discuss that with the city about allowing it to go actually, rather than being the 10-foot setback, to ask for that amendment with the city so that it could be voted on. So that way it just exists for like your neighbor, he's on the golf course, things of that nature.
So, I mean, there's representation here tonight from the HOA. You could ask them directly.
Yeah, we'll ask them, yeah. Yeah, we're trying to find a solution for you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good. How about
My
you?
name's Chris Minahan. I'm the president of the HOA. I'm here to support John, but I wanted to listen and let the process run its course. It is true, we recently put in new Lanai rules around the perimeter properties because as you may not be aware, we have 108 homes in there, a number of homes on the perimeter, and then we have 2 ponds in the middle where all the houses are facing each other with a common pond. Nobody on the pond side, when we did a survey, wanted them on the pond because they didn't want to look at all these bird cages around the neighborhood. But the perimeter areas around the golf course where Bill lives and where John lives are right on the golf course. And I've been up there with one of my colleagues back here. We were on somebody's back porch one day and one came whistling by us when we were trying to get something else approved in their backyard on looking at the art committee stuff that we were doing with them. One came whizzing by them and we were standing on the porch. That was 5 houses down from where he is.
Right.
He is in the prime zone for getting hit. As an HOA, we've come up with our rules of what we said we'd allow going forward. We're bound by the 10-foot setback that the city enforces right now. Another gentleman was putting in a patio and that failed for that. We told him the same thing. If you want a zoning thing, go get it. Our rules say 10 feet because the town says 10 feet. It did say 20, as you said earlier, it went back to 10. For us to go back, I would prefer you guys rule on the safety matter because it is a safety matter rather than having us go back and saying for these, we want to reduce it down to 3 feet or 2 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet or 1 feet on our side. This is more a matter of your law and these guys. I'd rather see if you guys could amend your law to do that.
We can't amend
can't.
it.
So-
Yeah, we can't. It's state law. So, but like and that's why we're asking staff, because it makes a bunch of sense to, I think, all of us.
Yeah.
But, I think if you went, like, we're going to go ahead and recommend that city council and they look at it and we think it makes sense. But that's where, if you request it, we're saying, hey, it makes sense for them to address it versus us doing something we're not allowed to do. You know, we work within the parameters and safety is one of the ingredients, but the number one thing is it's to the land. And then we've got everything else, you know?
Yeah, well, I heard you talking earlier about talking to your council about,
Well, I think right now, if you request it and we said,
If you went as a board, the HOA president, and you as a board went back to city council and said, hey, look, these lots that sit in this area have a safety issue. We'd like to allow pool enclosures up to this 2 feet, 3 feet, what you're looking at. I feel like city council would approve that type of enclosure because it's not obstructive, it's in an open area, and it does promote safety for people on the golf course.
okay,
unique spot. And actually, what you're doing is what makes sense to us. We just don't have the ability.
yeah,
to
having
do
an
it.
eye over half the pool is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I agree, 100%.
100%, okay. So we need to go to the city.
I would talk to that gentleman right there, Mr. Nuri.
Okay?
And another quick question, and I don't know, I was just trying to look at pictures and everything. Could the golf course put a netting up kind of down that, it looks like y'all are in the rough.
The golf course is in no interest in spending any money.
Okay, that was another one.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's, we have another house that requested a netting. We had to say no to that because we did talk to the neighbors, and both neighbors objected to it because it was going to be 50 feet down and 40 feet high and that wasn't going to be good for them. So we had to deny that one. This one's a little different because it's on an open area, it faces the waterway, but it's wide open in the back. Some trees were trimmed because they were dead and when new people built a house next door, they trimmed some out without approval that we had to fine them for. So that happened as well. And we've asked them to replant, but the trees take a long time to grow. So if we can help in any way to try and get this thing resolved, we'd like to help. We have a couple of houses that are in danger. We have another thing going on with outfalls where there's other issues going on back there with houses that are in danger, which is a different issue altogether. But this one is something that is ridiculous to me, looking at it on paper, that we can't find a way around it.
Yeah, the line, we would think, but that.
And there is another lanai, two houses down, two or three houses down from you guys? Two or three houses down, there was one that was put in before I was on the board, it was years ago.
Well, so go back to the gentleman talking, 2012 is where the adjustment was probably made. So I'm not really sure, that house may have been one of the original.
I don't think so, because I built in 2017 there, and I was the third house in there. So it was built after that?
But is it in the 10-foot setback?
I don't believe so.
Well, here's the deal. See, if
I don't know for a
if
fact,
they
but I
did
don't
do,
think so.
if they did do and it's legal, they bring it to us and they got to take it down.
Yeah,
So, and that's why right now we've got to figure out, the solution's not us because we don't have the
Understand.
authority. So, but I think we could support you and say, hey, it makes sense to us. We're backing up to the golf course.
all right, so we can talk tonight, or do we have to talk at a different time? We can talk tonight? Okay, good.
Yeah, would you, Mr. Monroe, would you recommend we just table this to give them an opportunity to talk rather than vote tonight one way or the other? Just postpone until the next meeting? Just to give them an opportunity to discuss, let them see what the flavor is with city council, and then if you want to come back, then you're allowed to come back, right? Because if we deny it tonight, then you have to wait 6 months to reapply. So I'd rather allow you guys to discuss it, see if y'all can come to a solution, and we'll definitely give our recommendation to city council as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Thanks
Mr.
for your
Murray? Okay.
Great, thank you. Can we get a motion
Can I have my
to,
little package back here now?
can I get a motion to postpone?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we postpone BZA 25-30 till our next scheduled meeting.
Wait, do we have a second? Second. We got a motion by Mr. Bell and a second by Miss Melissa. Any discussions? All in favor?
Aye.
Ayes have it. Okay, we'll move on to third item on the agenda. We've got BZA 25-31, an application by Ray Benedict for a variance of a rear yard setback at 1075 Gray Bill Lane, zoned Planned Development District in a PDD. Mr. Benedict, come on up, and if you introduce yourself with name and address, that'd be great.
Good evening. My name's Ray Benedict. I live at 1075 Gray Bill Lane in Roberts Roost. And I'm here to ask for the variance to screen in my existing patio. I have several reasons why we'd like to do it. One of them might be minor, but we have a small dog and we'd like to let it out in fresh air without tethering it. Tethering it can be dangerous. It can get loose, which we don't want. Also, if you look, our property is cut on an angle, and I think they cut it on an angle to accomplish the house on Jolly Rogers Road.
Yes, you've got a odd-shaped lot.
We already had the approval from my HOA ARC committee, and they didn't have any problems with that. And also that it's fairly consistent with the majority of the properties in our community, so.
Any questions for the applicant? Give a second, we'll hear from the city. Thank you.
Petitioner Ray Benedict has submitted an application for a variance to encroach into the rear yard setback at 1075 Graybill Lane, Zone PDD, Planned Development District. The applicant would like to have a screen enclosure built onto the back of the house. The required rear yard setback is 20 foot, and the existing rear wall of the home is 20.4 foot away from the rear property line. The existing ground level patio is not required to meet setback requirements because it is not more than a foot above surrounding grade. Staff recommends that the board review the variance application and attach drawings and hear the evidence presented at the meeting.
Thank you, Ms. Caldwell.
Welcome.
The,
How much of a variance are we asking for? How much of a variance are we asking for?
What is it, a 10 by 10 enclosure? 10 by 19? So like 9.6 feet?
Not 9.6 feet.
Mr. Caldwell, do what the size of these lots are supposed to be? Because I was trying to figure out, when I went out there and took a look at your property, yours, you didn't have anything on yours, and then, but yet you had a bunch of them. Now they were built, it looked like they were built with the houses. The enclosures in the rear, your neighbors? Yeah, your neighbors have a bunch of it.
Right beside me.
Yeah, pretty much all the way down the thing.
Most of them down the whole street, as you can see. I tried to take a picture and show. They all have enclosures or the screen
Well,
porches.
You've got a smaller lot, and you've got the length of it's off a little too, so, and they're odd shape, but I'm curious if there's if your lot happens to be undersized because it's on the
I
corner.
believe the minimum lot size in Robert's Roost is 6,000 square foot.
Okay,
He's right at it.
is he right at it?
I mean, he's definitely got the way they had the lot shaped and had to lay the house out. I mean, definitely has a regular shaped lot for sure. And the way the house had to be set on the lot
Yep.
makes it tough because he wasn't able to center the house up. You're able to take the house, turn it.
Mm-hmm.
And then with it being more narrow up front, it also doesn't give him a lot more leeway than it would his neighbor. Because he is on that curve right there between Great Bill Lane and Jolly Roger Drive.
And if he builds this enclosure, how much more feet till his back line? If he built this
Approximately 10.
10 feet in the back.
He's asking for a 9 points,
Basically a 9 foot 6 inch.
yeah, 9 foot 6
Variance.
inch.
Would the irregular shape of the property not be the hardship?
It is.
It is.
Yeah,
That's the shape and and just take a look at the the lines on the setback. If it was on the other corner, you'd have some room. But since it's over here, you don't have much room.
Yeah, the lot definitely plays an issue in this one. I don't,
Any thoughts?
I'm willing to make a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move that the board grant variance 25-31 because the applicant has demonstrated unnecessary hardship. Specifically, there are extraordinarily exceptional conditions pertaining to this particular piece of property, which is a regular shape of the property itself. These conditions, they don't generally apply to the properties that are adjacent or in the vicinity. Because of these conditions, the application of the ordinance of a particular piece of property would effectively prohibit or restrict the utilization of the property. The authorization of the variance would not be of substantial detriment to adjacent properties or to the public good, since a lot of the other homes have the same structures, and would not be harmed by the granting of the variance. And just would like to add that we only want to allow that structure to be as proposed on the pad up to 9 foot 6 inches off the back of the property line.
Thank you, Mr. Bell.
As-
We've got a
as
motion for Mr. Bell. Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a second for Mr. Thomas? Any discussion? Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to item number 4, BZA 25-33, an application by David O'Connell for the BZA termination of a penalty for removal of a tree exceeding 24 inches at 1113 Goff View Drive. Mr. O'Connell?
How are you, sir?
Good, how you doing?
How you doing?
Introduce yourself and tell us about it.
David O'Connell with Chris Manning Builders. I wasn't there when it happened, but evidently our demolition guy took down a tree that eventually was going to be in the way anyway. We were going to, apply for it, but he didn't know, and he knocked the whole thing down right at one time before we knew it. So I'm here to get spanked.
All right, any questions for the applicant? Okay, give us a second, we're going to hear from the city.
Huh?
Give us a second, we're going to hear from the city.
Yes, the board is tasked with determining the replacement value for an improper removal of a 31-inch magnolia tree located at 1113 Gulfview Drive. The ordinance requires that when a tree over 24 inches is removed without the approval of the Board of Zoning Appeals, the property owner shall apply to the board for the board to determine the replacement required to mitigate the loss of the protected tree. Staff recommends that the board review the situation, hear the evidence presented at the meeting, and set what the board determines to be a suitable replacement.
Thank you, Mr. Caldwell.
Welcome.
Any questions for the city? Is somebody prepared to make a motion?
Do you have a copy of the plot plan that shows the current structure that's going to be on that lot?
It's going to be on a lot? Yeah.
And they can cut up to what, 12 inches? Anything over 12 inches, right?
For a permit?
24?
24, yeah.
24? Doing some math over here, so I'm sorry.
So where was that tree located on this plot plan?
Would be right where the proposed, with a driveway and the garage meet, like right there where the house is.
It would have been in the footprint of the house?
I'm sorry?
Would have been in the footprint of the house? You're saying where they meet? Is it,
It
Where
would
would-
have been,
where's it approximately?
from what I was told, it would be on the line where where the garage roof is. It'd be right there.
Around that 33.2 mark, I guess.
Yes, a little bit to the right of that, right on that line there. That's what I was told.
And this is, so right there on the garage itself? We say on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Mr. Farmer, are you aware of any of this? Did you see the tree? And there's multiple ways you can pay into it. You can put more trees back, pay into the tree bank, whatever y'all.
Yeah.
Is that 30-inch live oak still in the back there?
The big one on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't think you would have been able to slide the house to the left to save that tree?
Say it again.
You don't think you would have been able to slide that house to the left to save that tree?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not on the build side. I'm on the land side, but someone had to show up. And so I don't know. I'd have to ask Mitch. Our
Because
building
you've
guy.
you're showing a building setback of 10 feet, but you got 26 feet from the left side of that lot, right?
It looks like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Still might have been in the middle of the driveway trying to get into
Yeah,
the house.
it would have still blocked the driveway, but I don't know if that matters or not.
Well, if it'd been on the corner, not necessarily. If it was on the corner of the edge by the lot.
Yeah, it would help us if you kind of knew where it was, because
Tree
like you
was.
said, if it was in the middle of the driveway, obviously, but if it's on the fringe, and there's going to still be a replacement. We're just trying to figure out if somebody got ahead of themselves.
Assuming the tree is where he's saying, I mean, if you move the house a few feet,
Would have been it definitely would have been in the driveway. Where exactly, I'm not sure, but
You guys don't have a picture of where it was, do you?
Gonna try to pull up an aerial view.
Okay.
Good call.
I got it here on Land Glide. I don't know if you can tell. Top of that white line there. That help you at all?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because the other house, your next house you're building, well, that's how big the other house is, if you can pull your phone. Because that's it on that corner,
I can't
off
hear
the
you.
corner.
I can't hear you.
Just
Billy.
Felton will take off the iPad, I think is what he's asking.
Yeah. Yeah, lot, no.
It's 25 feet to,
It's in that proximity. Is somebody prepared to make a motion? We could require them to put back more trees on the hardwoods back.
You think, Melissa?
I mean, I guess I'm just trying to think in my head, like, so the tree was accidentally taken down, that someone should have come and asked if they could have it removed because it was in the plan of the proposed driveway,
Yeah.
but it was accidentally taken down. And so now we need to determine.
The guy who demolished the house knew we had a permit to demolish the house, but evidently took the tree down by accident. So it is,
Gotcha.
we're guilty.
So we need to determine how much
Mhm.
that they need to, okay.
They can either, and we can have a solution, either they can pay into the tree bank, or they could plant, you could set a standard for more trees, more inches of trees.
And the tree bank is what, $300 an inch above 24 inches?
Oh.
How much is it?
$300 an inch.
Per caliber.
Yeah.
$300 per caliber.
Per calibers, which is seven, that'd be seven, right?
31 inches, all 31.
Yep.
is it
That's
three?
all 31.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
You
It's a lot.
you probably want to plant,
Oh,
Yes.
and is it 300? That's
It's
what it is.
$300 per caliber.
Well, that's changed.
Changed
Inflation.
about a year ago, too.
I know it jumped, but I didn't realize it jumped to
Not that much, right?
300.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 300.
Well, let's give them make them plant back some trees. And we can make it a little more than normal, so try to. Normally it was 31 inches, we'd have to plant 16 inches, is that correct? So,
I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
could you repeat
16
that?
inches, if, with cutting a 31-inch tree, what's the rule of thumb? Is it half the
Well,
calibers?
if it's over 24, it's whatever the board decides.
Whatever
If
decides.
it's less than 24, we require a 50% replacement.
Gosh.
I don't know,
Well, here's your deal, so like on the, I mean, you could say 5-inch trees and put in.
we're
Put in-
Specific to
yeah.
what
Yeah,
type
we're
of
just trying to
trees,
figure out
like
what-
we have a
yeah.
certain type of tree, we can't put.
Any
tall
hard-
trees.
31-inch hardwood.
needs to be
31
hardwood.
inches hardwood.
31 inch hardwood.
Yeah.
Oaks, another magnolia.
you could do any combination of like maybe 16 inches in hardwood and let him pay in the rest if he wanted to.
Yeah, you can do
If he
that.
wants to.
If you want to do that, you can do that too.
I'd plant trees.
Whatever you guys want. I'm just gonna, luckily I don't get penalized for this one, but they do. So,
Yeah, no, I get it.
Planting trees, actually, I'm gonna take a look, there didn't look like there's a lot of trees on here, they got the one in the back.
there's a big old magnolia in the back corner.
That's not gonna be affected, can we, would you slide that so we can see where the possible pool is, because we'd hate to, slide it down a little bit.
Right there, where that, you're talking about?
Yeah, and is that the tree you're talking about? That one right there? Okay. But at least your pool, it's not in the footprint of the pool.
Something in that, I don't know trees very well, but something in the back corner is just huge.
Okay. We've got plenty of area to put trees out here. If somebody wants to make a proposal.
Granting a variance? Are we granting?
No.
Grant a variance. We're not granting a variance, are we?
No. Trying to figure out determine the,
Making a motion on what he's not asking for permission, he's asking for forgiveness.
yeah, it's a determination of penalty. So,
The pain.
Well, I recommend, I make a motion to recommend, or I guess I'm recommending, you replant with 31 inches of hardwoods. Anyone else have any particular type of hardwoods? I personally don't care, but, does anybody,
Any protected hardwood.
any protected hardwood?
Okay.
Yeah.
That was double the, if it was below 24 inches, that's double. So that's a good penalty.
Yeah.
Great.
Whatever you cut, same as you cut down.
Yep. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And I want to apologize for all my bad golf shots for those people.
Yeah, guys.
See y'all later.
Can I ask a question really quick? Who follows up with the tree planting and?
That right there.
Mr. Elton. Staff will.
The man in the green shirt. Oh, no, staff will, and Elton raises his hand, right? All right, let's move on to item number 5, BZA 25-34. We've got an application by Reed Wesley for a variance of a rear yard setback at 2353 Hill Street. So mobile manufactured home residential in the R3 district. Mr. Reed?
Good evening. I'm Reed Wesley with Point Break Construction. I'm here on behalf of Kevin and Amber Corus at 2353 Hill Street. So they want a patio out back. I can pull my picture out here. Their lot is pretty much a 10-foot setback. This is the back of their house. Back here, it cuts across their backyard, so they pretty much can't really build anything off the back of their house of reasonable size. Their neighbors, I have a picture here of the neighboring lots. They all their lots that are all perfect rectangles.
Mm-hmm.
And they all have the patio, pretty much this is a blueprint I drew of what they want out back that would take up the pad behind their house. And every house that neighbors them has that. But they can't do it because the way their lot's shaped. I mean, they can't even build, I've got a picture right here. Is kind of how it looks back there. All right, and that fence on the right side by the grill, that is angled back towards me where I'm taking the picture. And 10 foot, that's the rear. I wasn't aware of that when I went there and drew everything up. I thought it was the point in the backyard where the fence came together, as I thought would be the rear, which I was just didn't know. So pretty much from the side of their house right there by the grill, straight back to me, they can't even build a grill thing. They can't build anything structural over a foot tall because that's the setback line. And where he's standing is the other setback line. So pretty much the triangle right there is all that they can deal with at all in their backyard. So what we were asking for.
Could you show that structure again? Because it
Yeah,
didn't come out as well over here.
I've drawn up here, that farthest post in front of the fireplace is 7 foot off the fence, which is the fence pretty much sits right on the property line. So that right there, so that right side right there, I drew for a 7 foot because at first I thought it was 7 foot. The setback was only 7 foot, but I didn't realize it was the rear. And behind it also is an easement, or maybe not even easement, it's just woods. He says the utility companies use it. Drive back there. It's not anybody's yard or anything. It's just pretty much open woods, almost like swampland. So I don't see anybody developing back there, but pretty much they can't really use their backyard to build anything whatsoever. What they've got going on there, but the shape of the lot.
So is this say that again, I messed up. Was we're looking at the top of this, correct? Up
We're
here?
looking at the back here.
Yeah.
This is the back of their house. The 10-foot setback line is the dotted line. Well, in reality, we'd like to build the pad right there is the concrete pad. We'd like to put poles on each side and build across the whole pad, but that put me 1.5 feet off the property line, which I didn't think y'all would give us. So at first I drew it up for 7 foot because I thought that's what the setback was like, but it's also 7.5 foot. So I was wrong there, but I thought it was 7 foot around the whole thing. So I drew it up for that, but found out it was 10 foot. So pretty much they're like, it's not even worth building because they think the back of the house looked funky having a little 5-foot patio out the back.
So the front of the house is on Hill Street,
It is, yes, sir.
and when we come up here on that little angle, that back angle going to the where you're talking about putting a structure, is that considered side?
No, they said that's the rear. The surveyor went out there and surveyed it for me. That's the rear back there. L1, whatever L1 is the rear of the property. That lot 2's side, this is the side. He's saying because that road where L2 and L1 are, L2 is this road, consider the front, so that's the back. I was just unaware because it's so funky and cut in different places. So,
What's where it says revised lot? Is there a house there too? Or is that just space?
Buzz lot, where you seen that?
Right in the
That's
middle
all
there.
his. I mean, that's
So there's
driveway.
the
So,
building's over here, then there's a
pool's over
space.
here, and then you pretty much walk in the gate right there, and it's cut up back there. I mean, you can't really. That's the only spot he's got really to build something.
So the pool's already there?
Yes, sir, it is.
You may recall, variance was issued for that side yard pool several years ago.
I think, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, no,
If we
they
hear
had
from the
to have
city
had that
real quick.
happen back then, I reckon. But I don't know. They pretty much. I mean, in theory, we asked for 7 foot, but in reality, I'd like to get as close as I can.
Right.
The
Give,
whole-
give us a second. We'll hear from the city. I just wanted to understand where we're putting this and how that's determined. But we want to hear from the city, and then we're going to come back to you.
Absolutely.
Great, thanks. Mr. Colwell?
Petitioner Reed Wesley has submitted an application for a 3-foot variance from the required 10-foot rear yard setback at 2353 Hill Street, Zone Mobile Manufactured Home, R3 District. Section 2321 requires a minimum 10-foot rear yard setback. The applicant would like to have a covered porch built onto the back of the house. The proposed covered addition would encroach 3 foot into the setback. Staff recommends that the board review the variance application and attach plot plan, hear the evidence presented at the meeting, and review section 2321.
Thank you, Mr. Colwell.
You're welcome.
Any questions for the city?
Yeah. We got the email from Mr. Prince.
Yes.
Who's evidently the developer of this, right?
Yes.
And he's saying he is not in favor of this, nor has he approved this, correct?
Correct.
And it has to be approved by him, right?
That's my understanding.
Who is
Yeah,
this?
the developer, David Prince.
We haven't got that far yet. I pretty much went and got the engineer surveyor to go get everything ready for permits, and then I get hit
He
by
wrote an
the.
email today basically saying he's not going to approve it.
He's saying he's not going to approve it. Okay. All right. Well,
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
All right,
He's-
so y'all already-
Yeah, he says the developer of this property and declaring I did not receive notice of the homeowner wanting to make an addition to the house until I was notified of the BZA request. I did contact the homeowner and advised him that the addition would need to be approved prior to beginning construction. Homeowner did text me a sketch, and this sketch did not show any dimensions. He goes on to say, additionally, no other home in the community has been approved with a chimney, so it's doubtful this chimney will be approved. Currently, no other setback variance have been granted. And he goes on to say, additionally, this is one of the largest lots in the Wilderness Cove, and that he actually accommodated that because of the irregular shape of the lot.
all right. So dumb that down for me.
And he's basically saying that this lot's bigger than other lots, just because you have a regular shaped lot. It's really not a hardship because he made it bigger because of that reason, is what he's saying.
Okay.
He's saying that this lot is larger in size than the lots comparable when he developed this property to allow more usage of the lot because of the regular shape of the lot.
Okay. So he's saying he's not going to approve it regardless.
Well, you might need to go
And
talk to
you
him.
gotta
But
talk
right
to
now, we're getting, from this, we couldn't approve it with that letter as well, so.
Yeah, I would go talk to him first. Yeah,
Okay, and
we
who
can
is it?
postpone this. I mean, we don't have to kill it. We just would recommend we postpone it and let you go talk to him.
And if he agrees, you can come back in
You
30
can
days
come
and we
back in
do
30
it.
days and reapply, and without having to reapply for another variance. Go through the process of applying, advertising, all that kind of stuff.
What's this guy's name?
David Prince. Yep, he's the guy that developed all that over there.
Approve something?
Yeah, he's the declarant.
The homeowner knows this because the homeowner's been contacted.
Okay, they said something about someone talking to him and didn't know if they were going to be an issue or not.
That's an issue.
The developer still has word on it, even if he sold the house?
He says as a developer of this
Myrtle Beach
property
for you. I'm
and the
from,
declarant.
Georgetown County, it's not like
It could
that
be
going on.
Georgetown, it's kind of
Yeah,
common.
it's whatever's in the
Is
deeds. It's whatever's in the deeds. It could be recorded in the deeds in Georgetown, the same way, yeah.
All right, I'll
To
get,
Mr. Bell's point, we're going to postpone it for you, and if you can go back and get it worked out,
So I
and figure
need-
out some solution, then you can come back to this body.
okay, so it's not the variance the problem, it's him just not wanting it.
Well, the
It's not-
variance may be, we still got to discuss it. We want to hear back from the declarant first, so we can see whether or not.
So he's already reached out to y'all, pretty much.
Well, yeah, he wrote an email to the
Send
city
an email to
today.
the city.
Yeah.
It's today.
All right, well, I appreciate you.
Uh-huh. Thanks.
Hey, one more thing, you might want to, on your, if you go to the county website, I know the county website's not official, but what's showing on the county website is a little different than what's showing on this, this piece of paper here.
Survey.
Yeah, on the survey. So you might want to dig into that.
What was that? You said something.
What's on the county website is different than what's on the survey that's presented right here.
All right.
So you might want to look into that.
Sounds good. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we postpone variance V 25-34 till the next meeting.
Great, thank you, Ms. Bell. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Ms. Wilbur?
Wober.
Guys, I got it right first time. From Ms. Wilbur, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Can,
Also, we need to vote on number one too.
want to postpone number one, or what do you want to do?
I was actually going to ask, since it is a tree request to be removed, we know how big it is, we know what species it is. I don't know what more the applicant could add to the request.
And it was in the, it's on the,
It's right on the corner of the house, and it's right at the setback line.
okay. Yep, let's go to address it.
Might have a right to, they might want to speak for themselves.
They might
I
want
don't
to speak
know.
though. They might want to
Yeah.
decide what they wanted to do. I wouldn't vote because if we
Yeah.
do that, he might want to, yeah, postpone it.
Okay,
Yeah, yes.
good deal.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That's good practice. All right, is somebody prepared to make a motion on BZA 25-29?
I make a motion, we postpone BZA 25-29.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Wise. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. Can we get a motion to close our meeting?
Make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we adjourn.
Great. Do we have a second? Second, Ms. Wilbur, great. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Hey, going back to that, it just looked like it made so much sense. Now I get the winds, but we're off, right?